groovy.
Welcome to Horror After Midnight. I am your host, KC, joined tonight by Saul Guy and Freddie Torres. Thank you both for joining me so much tonight.
Hello.
Here to talk
Thank you
about
for
Hatchet 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Woo! One of my favorites of the series, man. I said that about part 2, but I was bullshitting y'all. It's actually part 3.
Yeah, man, that one scene at the jail with Danielle Harris.
Yeah.
Getting hosed down.
Man, she's a little
man.
extra trashy in this movie, isn't she?
Woo.
Yeah, but I liked it.
Yeah.
Put it in slow-mo. Hold on.
What was that one part where she tells Caroline Williams, she's like, "Get out of my face, bitch." I was like, ooh.
Oh, she was a badass in this one, man. Woo.
Yeah, she is.
What's cool about this one, though, I don't know if you guys know, but this is the first of the Hatchet series. It's actually directed by B.J. McDonald, and it's actually not directed by Adam Green, but he did write it and he did produce it. He just didn't direct it, which I thought was kind of different. But also, too, I mean, looking at all the numbers and stuff, it was actually released in June, where they kind of like, you had to go see it like at the independent horror theaters and stuff like that. But by November 7th is when it came out all over, and they put it on Netflix and everybody to enjoy. There's no numbers really on it. They're very hush-hush on it. But it's pretty much made by the same people that has done, the previous Hatchet, Hatchet 2, Hatchet 1. But there was a lot of different, actors in here. Some of them you guys might even know from, like, the whole horror genre.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was that one chick from, was it Leprechaun 3? I can't think of her name, but...
Oh, you're talking about Stretch! It was Stretch from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, Caroline Williams.
Yep.
Yeah. I was just waiting for her to get the fake lips and then blow up and then pop with a big old butt like in Leprechaun. Oh, man. That's crazy, and they had a lot of other people in there, too. They had Sean Whalen, who was Roach in The People Under the Stairs, and he was also in
cool.
what was it, 3 from Hell. So he was in this one, and then you also had Zach Gilligan, which is actually his first film that he's done in a while since he did Gremlins 1 and 2. And I had to do a double take when I first saw this. I was like, what? No, not the guy from Gremlins. And I was like, oh, shit, he got old in this film. Like,
Yeah, the sheriff.
Yeah, he was a sheriff. Yeah. He was badass,
And Derek Mears.
Yeah.
Jason.
Then you had Jason versus Jason. Like, holy shit,
Yeah.
I was really stoked on that one.
Oh, man. All right, let's do this, bitch. And he just gets destroyed.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm all hyped up on this one, man, because I loved everything about this one. Because just like the second one, where it picks up right after the first one ends, this one picks up right after where the second one ends, where she just basically beats the shit out of them, blows them up. It's all blood and guts and everything. And the movie starts off where she's like all covered in blood and guts, Danielle Harris. And she goes into the sheriff's office holding the fucking scalp of all things. And they're like, what the hell is this big crazy bitch doing? And she's like, look, I killed him, but he's going to come back. You got to go out there in the swamp. Oh, man.
Again, like you said, she like blows his head off and then cuts him up with that long ass chainsaw. That in the last one, that dude's balls are hanging from the tree. I don't know if you remember that, but same exact chainsaw, like cuts him up on all pieces. And yeah, like the guy asked her to get down on the ground, and when he's handcuffing her, that's when he notices the scalp, and everyone starts like freaking out.
Yeah, this one was a little different in the story because you had the beginning where it tells about the legend. Then you have like the more details of the legend, and this one was the continuation of both of those stories towards the end. And then went in and introduced the different characters. They kind of went on a tangent with them because now you learn about Zach Gilligan, his character, how he was a sheriff, and then you find out about Caroline Williams, how she always was kind of snooping around because you see her, and she played the character of Amanda. She was like a tabloid writer for the newspaper. And, she kept bugging Mary Beth, which is Danielle Harris's character, was like, so what'd you see out there? Is everybody really dead? Are you sure it was Victor Crowley?
So, Freddie, first impressions?
Oh, man. I thought it was, to me, it's like the most insane one. It just went all out, cops, just body parts flying everywhere, paramedics getting it torn apart. To me, it's the most insane one, and probably one of my favorite ones. Besides the first one.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a great movie. A lot of gore. This movie's really good.
Hey,
A lot of cool
probably my
parts.
favorite character in there is Deputy Snyderman. This
Oh, okay.
bazooka.
Yeah, he's like,
Like,
fuck this shit. Check this out.
like, oh, you're gonna kill him. We're like, fuck that guy. You know, he's already dead. He's a dick anyway. Just blows him up. So awesome.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of cool how they brought in with Sid Haig, Captain Spaulding, for that one scene. I know his role wasn't politically correct or anything, but it was funny.
Funny as I got eyes in the front of my head.
Yeah, and then there was the black deputy guy. He's like, I can't remember his name, but he's like, you should have offered me some chicken with a chicken and watermelon. He's like, I ain't got no food in here.
I think it was Deputy Winslow. No, was it
Yeah.
Winslow?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Winslow.
Yeah. Mhm. That with Sid Haig, man, it's crazy to think because this is one of his few last films that he did, and I know, granted, at the time, probably his health wasn't the best, but he still gave us gold for that 5 minutes that he was in there with it, and he came about the story because of the fact that he had Victor Crowley's ashes or somebody's ashes. I think it was his dad's
Thomas
ashes
Crowley.
that he had.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thomas Crowley. Yeah, like supposedly that Sid Haig was his nephew. So Thomas Crowley was his uncle.
Oh shit, that's right. Captain Spaulding was his nephew.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I'm just mind blown because it's all coming back now. It's all coming back. Oh man.
Yeah, the shower scene, or not shower, but like after Danielle or Mary Beth gets there and gets arrested and everything, she's getting like sprayed down with the water hose, and you get to see that awesome tattoo.
I like that.
Like if she would just moved her arm a little bit further, you'd have seen a little bit more, but
that's not gonna happen.
Well,
not yet. I don't think that happens until you get to the Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Yeah.
Just get dragged all over the floor.
But what's funny? I think the reason why they shot that scene is because she had just did that whole cover shoot on the Tattoo magazine for it because she had just got it done.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think
Like,
that's
I
the
want
reason why
this
they
in the
showed it.
movie.
But hey, I'm not complaining.
Yeah, no complaints here.
Yeah. What I really thought was cool though is, to jump back onto the kills. I love the kill where they use the defibrillator and they charge it up and put it on the guy's head and
Sean Whaley said just
But when Victor's laying there dead and it kind of looks like he's starting to come back to life, do y'all know what they used to make it look like that?
No, what'd they use?
No.
Sex blow-up doll.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Get the fuck out of here! Oh man.
Yeah,
I did not know that. That's a cool fact.
Yeah, I got a chance to watch a little bit of the commentary, but I've been working a lot lately, so I couldn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy. I was always thinking about that because the whole transformation scene, there's a lot of them that I like, especially when you see it like in werewolf movies and stuff like that. That whole transformation scene where you see him come back, I was just like, holy shit, this is kind of weird and different, and the fact with this story, I like it because now it starts taking a twist of like Freddy, or not Freddy, what was it? Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday the 13th, where he has to transport from one body to another because of its heart or whatever, and he eats the heart and shit. It reminded me a lot like this because now the first two, well, the first one, obviously, you think he's dead, but he's not. And then the second one, you think he's automatically dead because she fucking blows him up and everything. But in the third one, he kept coming back, and now they peeled like the curtain back a little bit to see. It's like, oh shit, so he's not actually a killer. He's actually a fucking ghost.
Yeah. And the legend, he's like a repeater. No matter how much damage you do, he's going to come back the next night anyway.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that it was a wink back to the second one, because in the second one, the reason why the curse all happened is because his dad, played by Kane Hodder, was screwing around with the nurse. The wife gets back up, she says some like voodoo chant and then passes out and dies. And then the nurse that he, was fooling around with, he got pregnant or got her pregnant or whatever, and then they had their baby, which is Victor Crowley, and he came out as Abomination and stuff like that. But I mean, I thought it was a cool little wink because everything, it almost reminds me of like Saw. There's like all these pieces that you see in the first two, and part three kind of puts them all together. Like, oh, okay, this is the reason why that happened in part two. Or, oh, this is what's going down. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going crazy over it. I was like, oh shit, they got to continue this franchise, man. They got to continue this.
Oh, they are.
Yeah. And then you had with the Asian dude that was in the first two. He died in both part one and part two. And this one they bring him in as a paramedic.
Yeah. Dude, that dude is
right.
awesome, man. I love Perry Shin, man.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
I was waiting for them to say like, "Oh, he's the long lost third brother you guys didn't know about," you know?
Oh, is that when one of the paramedics picks up a head? He's like, "Oh, it looks just like you." I was like, "Oh, because I'm Asian."
Oh, that's right. They did throw that joke in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then
shit.
he did that joke. He was like, "Oh, that's hilarious."
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all noticed, but a little bit later on, there's that one guy from the first one. I can't think of his name, but he played in Shark Night. Really tall, dorky looking dude. I thought he died in the first one, but he like somehow was still alive. So it kind of seems like this was like the third night of the weekend, maybe, or something in the story. Mm-hmm. And he like sits up out of this boat and then gets hit in the head with like a hatchet or something and just dies. And he's like,
"Oh, that's right."
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That's right. He's the dude from Avatar and what was it? From Dodgeball.
Grandma's Boy.
He gets hit in the head, and he goes, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!" And he falls back down.
Yeah, he was in Grandma's Boy too. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like dude, always acting like a robot.
That one. He wasn't that one. Oh man. You know, it's just with this one, with part three, whatever they set the bar at part one, they pushed it a little bit with part two. And then with part three, they pushed that bar even more. I thought the most brutal scene is when they're in that boat, and it's like the medic boat, and Victor Crowley's like trying to come after him. And that's where he gets, I think that's where he gets the sheriff, and he pulls him through that little tiny hole. Like he punches him through, and he grabs him, and then he like yanks him right through. To me, I thought it was a wink to like Freddy Krueger in the first one, where you see the mom waving at the end. She gets yanked in through the little peephole. And I was like, oh shit. And then it shows like the blood and guts and everything, like, and then you just hear like all the sound effects, like he's just ripping them apart.
Oh, I thought he was gonna make it.
I know. I was like, oh shit, his first movie in 10 years. He lasted all the way till the end, and then just boom.
And there's that one scene when they finally get to Victor Crowley's house. And he turns into almost like Scorpion with that fucking hook and damn rope that he's like throwing out there, like ripping people into the damn shack with him.
Yeah, I saw that shit. I was like, oh man, dude. And you know what was crazy too? I before we did this episode, I watched a little bit of it, and I don't know if you remember from the last one we were talking about on Hatchet 2, but every one of them kind of reminds you of Jason because of the fact they changed Victor Crowley little by little each time. I don't know if you guys caught that.
Yeah, throughout the franchise, he looks a little different.
Yeah, like they got him more realistic looking in each one. Like he was kind of CGI, almost puppeteered in the first one. Second one, they changed up his hair and his eyes and his face a little bit. And then in this one, they changed him up and he kind of looked like Rocky from The Mask a little bit, like more realistic. So he had the split right here. But you could see his eyes, and then they were like crossing like this and shit. But I think they allowed Kane Hodder to do more of his movements, you know, just his stance where he's just like, you know, all brute and everything.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, you know, but it's just, I love what they did with this one. I mean, the way how they put it together, how it all completed. And then towards the end, when you get to see the Jason versus Jason fight scene, because we've only seen that with Jason Goes to Manhattan, where you see, you know, Jason from Freddy versus Jason, he fights Kane Hodder, and Kane Hodder just picks his ass up, throws him right into the mirror and shit. With this one, I was telling KC, man, I was like, to me, it reminded me of like the Terminator, you know, because you had Arnold Schwarzenegger and T-1000 where they have arms on each of their shoulders, just pushing each other and shit. Yeah. And the way they were fighting, I was just like, oh shit, you didn't know who to root for, you know? You vote for the new generation or do you go for the classic? I mean, for me, I had to go with the classic, you know, but Derek Mears, he put up a good fight. I mean, he was a badass like SWAT leader. Like, fuck this guy, we're gonna go in and get him.
Oh man, for like a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't believe they kept wasting all that ammo. Like the bushes moved a little bit and they shot off like 200 rounds or some shit. Y'all need to be saving that to be shooting Victor, not oh damn, it was like a beaver or something they killed.
I know. Shit. Man, dude, I was like itching. I was like, you got to be kidding me! 200 fucking rounds.
Something like that, man. It was going on for a while.
Yeah. And then they have to hit another clip, put another clip in.
Perry Shane was just like, let's hide. Let's just hide. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Because he kept asking the different guys from the SWAT and cops, like, you want to hide? You want to go hide in that bush?
Yeah, they're like, come on, just leave right here. Hilarious, man.
Oh shit. Well, you know
Yeah, I did like how they made Danielle Harris in this one like seem a lot more trashy. Like when she's in the back of the cop car, and I think she calls the cop like an asshole or something. She's like, or he says, you know, I can still charge you or whatever. He's like, what'd she say? It was like, I want you to go fist your own ass or something. Can you add that as another charge? I don't know. Just the different shit she was saying. It was really funny.
Oh man, she's getting pissed about this whole franchise, man. They just don't leave it alone. You know? Like, just take me to prison. I'm not going back in the swamp. Like, oh, you're going back.
Oh shit. Well, you know, it's crazy though, because I love the character development that they did with her, because, you know, obviously they had to recast her because it was Tamara Fieldman in the first one. So when they showed her a little bit, she was very timid and she didn't, you know, speak much or whatever. And they kind of made her like almost in a way the victim. And this one, since this was her second film of the franchise, she came back like a badass. Like they let her be herself a little bit, like more of the Mary Beth character. Where I wouldn't go as far as say like trashy. Well, yeah, she was more trashy. But I mean, it kind of tied in with the character and the whole backstory about how her dad and everything, her brother, they were originally in the swamp, and you know they were kind of trashy because they were going out gator hunting illegally when they shouldn't.
Yeah.
But the whole character development with her, they just finally built her up as a badass, where she was just like said, "Fuck this," had enough of it, and then towards the end, when she was gonna like, actually destroy his ass, I can't remember if it was what was it? Was it the sheriff's wife's Caroline Williams, or was it Daniel Harris that threw the ashes at him?
Oh, it was Danielle Harris.
It was Danielle Harris.
It had to be Danielle or Mary Beth because she was the last bloodline that was connected to the people that ended up making Victor Crowley get killed in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah. She smashed that urn on his face. So
yeah. And then like he started melting and shit, like something off of Fright Night. that I honestly thought that was the end of the franchise. And then the way they end it, where after she did that, he threw her right through a fucking like a tree stump or a tree branch. And,
tree branch. Yeah.
You know what's crazy? This film doesn't show how tiny Danielle Harris really is. Like, I met her in person, and I'm an average height guy, you know, 5'6", and she barely comes up to my shoulder. But in this film, they made her look like a badass, where she was tall, you know, like. And the way that they threw her onto that, like the way they threw her on the branch, she's like this, and I'm like, wow, you're gonna end it like that? Like, you know, she was this tiny little badass. Like, come on, like, don't end it like that. And then it ended like The Sopranos, just black.
Yeah. And then Victor Crowley happened.
Yeah, I mean they got to keep making them. I'm not sure they're gonna make any more or not, but
I mean, that's what I saw on the internet. That said that he was working on a 5 and 6. I mean, I don't know. Who knows?
Oh shit, a 5 and a 6?
That's what I heard. Well, that's what I saw on some links on the internet. So
yeah, that's something I definitely be willing to see. I love this series. So
I'll keep making another 10. Man, I'm good. I love it. I love the franchise. I do. I really do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for like a newer slasher, it's definitely one of my favorite ones out of the other stuff they've been putting out. So
yeah. Oh man, it's like right with me. It's like close with Friday the 13th. I love it. You know?
Oh yeah.
All my heart.
Yeah, this one you get to see, or this whole series, you get to see a lot more gore and everything you ever did in like the older like 80s slashers.
Oh, it's like they have full creative control, man.
Yeah, Yeah, it's like, but in these, it's kind of like, I mean, comedy horror. I mean, it's like so much blood, it's a bit ridiculous.
But it's fun.
Yeah.
It's just I saw that progression in it because the first one had a little bit of comedy, but not so much. Part two added a little bit more with the burning character. Um, and then part three, I was hoping that, some relative of Reverend Zombie was going to come back because the way that they did Reverend Zombie in part two, where he breaks him in half and then he pulls the skin off and then he throws him like in the fucking bush. I was thinking, shit, he's going to have a twin brother come back, put a voodoo curse on his ass. Like, this is a voodoo film, but he didn't come back in the third one. And I know with Victor Crowley, I don't think they tied in anything much with Reverend Zombie, but I know.
Well, I was gonna say that they brought him back for like a little video on the YouTube, on
Oh,
a
no
YouTube video.
shit.
Yeah, like he repeats a curse, and that's what brings Victor Crowley back.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Oh shit.
Who is that is that in the next one?
Yeah, and Victor Crowley. Yeah,
Okay,
he's on
see, I
the
don't
YouTube.
remember that part. I
Yeah,
haven't watched that one in a long
and
time.
yeah, he repeats the curse that brings him back, and that's how he comes back.
Oh shit, that's right. That's right. Spoiler alert, go see Victor Crowley right now.
I'm gonna watch it all again, man. I don't care.
Yeah, I know I have to for the next episode. But,
Yeah.
Ooh.
yeah, this one's. I don't even know. I can't remember. Like, I just know that the next one was nowhere near as long as all these. But this one, like, it didn't have the characters like you did in the first two. Like, you got like all these cops and the SWAT team and all that, but you didn't have like a whole team of like you were like before, like all the different like horror icons and everything. You just had like a couple, a few, but not like you did before.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think what it was is that it finally built up to its name and all the horror fans were appreciating it. And I think this film was made with just the love of the horror community. I mean, just with the big response in the second one and how everybody was just up in arms in the first one because Robert Englund was in the first one, of all things. And it's just like, oh shit, you got fucking Freddy Krueger in this one. Then you got the guy who played Jason, and then in part two, you had a lot of other little, different actors, not a whole lot, but you had Tony Todd come back and everything. Part three was just like, fuck it, we're gonna throw all these little winks in there, Caroline Williams for sure. I recognized her with her voice because she stretched. Ever since I saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 as a kid, I'm like, that's Stretch.
Yeah.
Zach Galligan. When you see him, you automatically have to think Gremlins. And now they did a fucking Gremlins commercial for Mountain Dew.
I mean, at first I didn't recognize that Yelligan until I looked it up. I'm like, whoa, that's the dude from Gremlins.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I didn't realize that you said
that.
Yeah. It's crazy because, like, you don't think about it because, I mean, he kind of disappeared for a while, and I guess he was just living the normal life. But when he came back, it's just, he was chiseled, he was grizzled. He looked like an old school vet where he was just like, I'm the sheriff of this town, and he played that really well. And I think with this one, it pulled the focus away from Mary Beth, so that way you can learn about these new characters. But at the end of the day, for me, what kind of threw it off, it's like, okay, why are you showing us these new characters and following their stories, and then you fucking kill them off? Like at the end, you kill them all off, and I'm just like, fuck, okay, so how are we going to continue this? Like, everybody died. But then part four happens, which y'all need to see, because part four was really good. I really liked part four too.
Oh, man. I have nothing bad to say about any of them. I don't.
Yeah, it's a really solid series as a whole. I really didn't dislike any of them.
They just keep it going. That's why,
Mm-hmm.
Right after the other one, But Victor Crowley just takes place like 10 years later, I think.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, something like that. Adam Green, he just has like a lot of love for like 80s horror, and you can definitely see it in all his films. And like in this one, like he does that cameo where he's in the the beginning, he's in the police station wearing that weed necklace.
Well, in part two, wasn't he throwing up on the sidewalk?
Yeah, he was in part two, and he threw up like in the beginning because he couldn't handle his liquor.
I think he was wearing that same necklace.
Yeah. You go back and cry about Heather.
Oh shit! Every time I think about it now, seeing him like in that black shirt with that chronic necklace, I always think of Dr. Dre's 2001 "Smoke Weed Every Day" with fucking Nate Dogg.
Nice.
Oh shit! I don't know if he was throwing that out there as a wink or anything, but that shit's funny, dude. Every time I see it, because he was in the first one as one of the friends, and then that's when he was fucking with the nerdy dude and said, "Man, what are you doing with this fanny pack? Like, what the fuck?" I mean, it's out of the whole series, it's funny because like everybody has their own place of which one they like. Personally, for me, I've always liked number two because I've seen that one so many times versus all the other ones. Part
Yeah.
three and part two is like up there for me. But I mean, Victor Crowley was really good. I'm not knocking on that one. But what was your guys' favorites out of all the series for the first three so far, and then with Victor Crowley?
Well, mine is definitely the first one because it just feels like old school 80s horror.
Yeah.
Like straight up. And I guess it would have to be Victor Crowley, second favorite.
All
Yeah, I
right.
haven't
And
watched
the
that one in a
reason's
while. I'll have
fine
to
because
rewatch that one. But for
yeah.
me, my favorite, I would say, would be the second one. But my favorite Mary Beth character would be from the third one.
Yeah.
Oh
This one.
shit! You like
Just the
badass
way
Mary
she
Beth.
acted, like when that lady, I can't remember her name, but the lady from Leprechaun 3, the journalist, when she's like talking shit about her dad and everything, and she's just like, "Fuck you, fuck off." Like she just like turns into this badass she was getting called po white trash. Chick,
Yeah,
man.
that was that scene where she called her. She goes, "You ain't nothing but po white trash." And then that's when she told her off. I was like, "Woo, shit."
Yeah, then the cop comes to
Louisiana
talk to her or
boys.
whatever, and she just says "fuck off," and he don't even think about it. He just turns around and walks away.
No.
Like I ain't dealing with that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's just the way I look at this now, like thinking out of all the franchise that they have so far, one through Victor Crowley. I wanted to like if they had Tamara Fieldman come back and actually not been recast by Daniel Harris, do you think the whole series would be as good as it is now? Or do you think Daniel Harris just made it that much better because of it's Daniel Harris?
Well, I think it would have still been good, but Daniel Harris's bad acting makes it special in a way. So I would have still been good, but I guess we have Daniel Harris, and we're good with that.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, I love Danielle Harris. I've been watching her ever since I was a little kid. So I don't know, to me, she's just like another one of the other horror icons that are out there that I love to see in movies. I'll watch her in just about anything.
Because she was the scream queen that we all grew up with, right?
I was watching her like in Halloween 4 and 5, but we're not gonna get into those. But
Yeah,
5 weren't great,
first
but
thing,
still, I was
I mean, the
watching her
first
back
thing I saw.
then and still watching her now. Um, Nothing really I've seen her in that was really bad, other than
Uh,
Halloween 5, of course. But she was a kid
I,
back then.
No.
I mean, the only thing, I mean, the first thing I've ever saw her in was Urban Legend. She played
Oh
that guy.
shit!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize she was in that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's just good death.
Yeah, there's one that I haven't watched yet that she's in. It's called Camp Dread. I haven't seen it yet, but she's in that too.
Camp Dread.
I think she plays a sheriff or something in that one.
Yeah. I've heard
Camp
mixed
Dread.
ones about that. That's something I need to go back and watch too, because I know she's done a lot of good stuff, man. I mean, over the years, I remember seeing her all the time on Roseanne because she was the neighbor's kid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was like way back in the day. That dates us, but
Yeah, don't tell mom we killed the babysitter or something. She was a little,
yeah,
yeah.
was in that one too. Yep.
Yeah, I've seen that movie a bunch of times. I never even realized that was her.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
She doesn't
Like
have much time on it, but she's on it.
I was thinking about Tamara Feldman, the original Mary Beth, and the way that they made her character was Beth in part two. Like if you look at behind the actor and everything, whether it's Tamara Feldman or Daniel Harris, it was the same character in one and two. Part three is where she really broke out like the character, and I think I'm with you guys on this one. I don't think Tamara Feldman could pull it off. Just because she had the nice well she had the look of like that perfect girl, the girl next door, but she didn't look
Yeah.
like she had that badass side to her, you know.
Yeah, she's too sweet.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
and Danielle Harris, you know, Danielle Harris, I know she's a sweetheart, you know, behind the scenes and everything, but when she has to turn on that acting and she needs to be a badass, she can be a badass. I mean, in Halloween, Rob Zombie's remake, when she was, you know, fucking with the cops in that one. She was pretty much a badass there, you know. But I really did like the recasting of her because I remember when I first heard that they were recasting, I was like, shit, you know. And anytime you recast, you know, it's pretty huge. Obviously, we've seen that with Jason and some of the other films and stuff. I mean, shit, we saw that with the Nightmare on Elm Street remake when they cast Jackie Earle Haley and how everybody was just up in arms on that. But
Yeah, you can't always replace somebody and get the same
I
outcome.
yeah.
I don't like being reminded of that movie, but yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like that one, man. I mean, I was probably one of the very few that actually enjoyed for what they tried to do, but I mean, it was, you know, this whole franchise had a lot of ups and downs, you know, when you look back on it. And then the way they ended with part three just kind of made it full circle. And for me, before they even did like Victor Crowley, I was content with one, two, and three. I was fine with it. But when they made, you know, Victor Crowley, and now there's talk about with the fifth and sixth one, it's just like, oh shit. So they're gonna have to probably either go like more in depth of his story. What was Victor Crowley doing like before the kids originally came to the first one? Kind of like a prequel. I think they're
Yeah.
gonna have to do it that way. Because I mean, you can't go farther into the story with the Mary Beth situation unless, you know, it goes into her family and how, you know, if they showed any grief about what they did, you know. I mean,
I mean, the post credits in Victor Crowley kind of explain where they were trying to go with it.
oh shit, there
So
was post credits. I didn't see the
yeah.
post credits.
Oh yeah, you got to stick for that. Yep.
Oh shit. Damn.
Yeah, I gotta
Should I
rewatch
spoil it
that
or
one.
should I just leave it alone? I don't know.
No. Hey, I'm fine with spoilers. I don't know about y'all. Which way were they going?
Okay, so it shows the news where they're covering the airplane crash and all the massacre. And guess who pops out of a chair watching the news? Daniel Harris with a shotgun.
Oh shit!
Says,
No,
like, I've been
really?
waiting for you, motherfucker. I'm like, yep.
Oh shit!
That's awesome.
Throwing that shit up. I'm not even watching a horror film right now. I'm throwing that shit up. Oh shit! No way.
Yeah, that got me excited. I was like, no
Oh,
freaking way.
oh shit. She back?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to watch that one. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've seen Victor Crowley.
I saw it the other day. I might watch it again. Oh yeah.
Shit, I'm watching that
Before we get out of here,
tonight.
final thoughts on this one.
Oh, it's amazing. I love it. Like I said, I got nothing bad to say about any of them. I love them. Those are my final thoughts. Keep making them.
Oh hell yeah. With that being said, I'm gonna add on right into that, and y'all know when I like something and I'm blown away by it, I'm gonna throw that shit up. I'm throwing this shit up for part three, man.
Yes. Nice.
Yeah, part three. Love it. To me, it's an all-around really good story, good wraparound. The gore is amazing. Danielle Harris is. I love her. She's awesome.
Yeah.
Out of the whole series, I say it's the second best. But if you haven't seen it, definitely go out there and check it out.
Yeah. Check them out.
Hell yeah. You get the whole pack now on a Blu-ray set or DVD. Shit, you can find them in $5 horror finds. I found them, and if you've seen me on my show, y'all seen it. I found them. They're out
Hey,
there. You can find
go
them
to
too.
Interscope Pictures
Yeah.
website. They have them all signed by Adam Green. Get them all.
Oh shit, they're signed.
Yep.
Oh hell, damn.
Yeah, check it
That's
out.
awesome.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to get that one then.
Yes.
All right, Saul guy, I guess before we get out of here, I know you just mentioned your show, but you want to go ahead and plug your stuff?
Oh, thank you. I didn't mean to kind of step on your toes or anything with that, but
Oh no, you're good.
appreciate it. You can catch me, Saw Guy Podcast on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I know I haven't posted much. I mean, you know, I've been busy behind the scenes working on a lot of new content for you guys. There's new episodes, various different horror segments, such as $5 horror finds, From the Grave. I even got a new segment coming out for you all, just so you all to enjoy. if you're a fan of Twilight Zone, you're going to be pretty impressed with this coming up. But you can find me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Subscribe, and don't miss out on some great horror content.
Awesome, man. Yeah. Definitely check his stuff out, man. I love this show. It's great.
Thank you.
Awesome.
All right. Well, I guess we'll get out of here. We'll see you guys next time.
Yep.
All right.
For Victor Crowley, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Victor Crowley. That's right.